they say the best way to learn a programming language is to actually build something with it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Instead of going through the different parts of ColdFusion, we're going to create something. We're going to create a contact database. It's what I learned when we were doing school. Well, I taught myself ColdFusion, but I was in a different type of, in my programming classes, we'd learn how to create a contact database for my programming, whatever programming language I was using at the time. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to start off fresh. As you can see, there's nothing in the directory. So we're going to start off new. First part of any application you have is the application.cfc file or application.cfm. So let's start off by creating that file. I'm running ColdFusion version 11, I believe, so I will be using a CFC file. We could make a CFM file as well for older versions, and I might show that later on. But let's do a CFC file first. On Linux or Unix operating systems, it has to be a capital A. On application, doesn't matter for Windows. Windows is lowercase, uppercase, whatever. I'd recommend, so that there's no conflict or problem, to name it for the Unix world. Superior, right? Right. So we're going to add this. This basically tells it to ignore white space. No, I'm sorry. That is not telling it to ignore white space. That's your start of your component, because application.cfc is a component. Sorry. We'll get into the white space part later. Just add cf silent. We're going to give it a name. There is a method for making it a unique name all the time, and that is to take your current directory and output that. It'll be a random string every time you hash it and things like that, and it'll always be different because each application will be in a different directory. But for now, we're just going to use this as name. We'll set session management to true. And we will set a timeout of 3 hours for the heck of it. And tell it to use the session for the login storage. We won't implement the session part yet, but we will eventually. Two main things that you need on an application is the onApplication start and the onRequest start. When onApplication starts, that will set your application to begin with. onRequest will start with every page request. Anytime your application fires up from the get-go, you use onApplication start. You can call it remotely, or not remotely. You can call that function whenever you need to, and I'll show you how to do that here. So let's start here. start. We don't want it outputting anything, and we don't want it returning anything. And then I tend to like to include a flag saying yes, my application is up and running. It provides an easy way for you to reset your application, and I'll show you that right now. So we'll do an on request start. And on our application request start, we will see, so if not is defined, so if we're not set, if application.init is not set, or if we want to reset it, we'll also send a re-init, then we just to be on the safe side, we set it application init to false, and we call the on application start method, and so that function, and so that is the get-go of the application. So here we set all of our application settings. Well, not all of them, some of them, a portion of them. And then in here we tell it yes, our application is alive. And then here we allow for us to reset our application. So that is part one of this tutorial. I'll try to make it easy and concise. But yeah, that's the application. CFC file. In the coming days or weeks, we'll be adding to this, and we'll be able to see more and to create an application of it. All right, happy coding. Bye.